Hi guys, and welcome to my latest video. I thought I'd make a sales update video because I haven't done one for a while, and plus I wanted to make this just to remind myself how fickle it can be in terms of reselling can be in terms of sales, where when times are good you feel good, and then suddenly if you hit a slow patch you suddenly start doubting everything, start doubting what you're buying. Since making our last live chat with me and back on the Friday, touch wood, things seem to have picked up a little bit. I'm still not counting all my chickens, but I wanted to share some nice sales that have been coming in over the last few days. And I'm going to share 10 sales in hopefully around the 10-minute mark. But please don't hold me to it because I do have a tendency to ramble. So these are all items I've sold recently, and I hope you'll enjoy seeing what I've sold. So I'm just going to switch you guys over now to the browser view. And the first item I want to share with you guys is this Eagles tour shirt. I bought this a couple months ago from a charity shop. I paid £2 for it, which I thought was a fair price because Eagles is quite obviously a collected band, has a strong following, and this is quite a generic shirt, or not generic, it's quite a common shirt. It's available. I've seen quite a few of these around. This is from 2006 tour one, the Eagles farewell tour, and it's a cotton XL shirt made in Mexico, I think. I actually put this on sale from Markdown Manager. You can see that it was priced at 22.99, which is quite high for this shirt if you look at the other completed listings out there. I put it on the Markdown Manager sale, and it sold for 20.69 plus 3.50 shipping. So very pleased with that sale there. Next item I'm going to show you guys is this Humax PVR. Now this is a little item I picked up from my local charity shop. They had it marked up as a DVD player for some reason, and they were only asking £3.50 for it, which I thought was very, very good considering it had the remote. I picked it up. It's a 160 gigabyte Freeview hard drive recorder, so like a Freeview PVR with Freeview Plus. So it's not got Freeview HD, but it's got like a nice EPG guide on it, and it's a decent machine. Humax are a good brand when it comes to set-top boxes. And as you can see, this sold. I bought it for 3.50. This one sold for 39.99 plus 6.50 for shipping. So I was pleased to get that sale as well. Now the next item, it's quite a cool one. A little bit of a story behind it. I paid £4, I believe, for this. This is a dancing, shouting James Brown figure. And the cool thing about this figure here is that it obviously moves around and he sings "I Got You," which is pretty cool. Now, in a box and complete, fully working, this would have probably fetched around the £50-60 mark. But because his mouth wasn't working, because his mouth moves much like the singing Billy Bass, but obviously James Brown version, and he moves around his arms and his legs, which is quite cool. I was able to get £30 for him plus 3.99 shipping, even though he wasn't boxed and his mouth doesn't move correctly as it should. So still got £30 plus 3.99 shipping. Funny story with this is I think this item's going all the way to Australia only to be sent back as a gift, which is really frustrating. But it was for my own protection as a seller and for the buyer's protection, I chose to still just send it via GSP. If there was another way around it, I'd like to hear that. Next item. Now, this is actually quite an interesting item. It's something that you guys should definitely look out for when you're at car boots, etc. Sometimes you see people with loads of wires, and if you can learn how to spot good audio cables, you'll do okay. This is actually an audio cable I've had for yonks. I've got so many hi-fi wires and things like that. I've had this cable for a long time. This is a digital coaxial cable. This would typically be used to connect a DVD player to a home cinema amp, or it would be used to connect a CD player to an amplifier, and it was a digital coax cable, and it's by a company called QED. And even though this had a bit of tarnishing on the interconnects themselves, I took some photos, and you can see it sold very quickly within a week, I think, for £15 plus £3.50 shipping. I can't give you a price of what I paid for it because I've had it for a long, 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 long time, and I just found it in a bunch of cables. So, but you know, cables normally at boot fairs don't tend to cost a great deal of money. Okay, moving on. we're doing quite well for time. I think this is the fifth item. This is an ion tape to PC USB cassette archiver. Now, I have sold one of these before, which was boxed like new, or it was pretty much new. I don't think it had ever been used. It came with all the inserts, everything. And I think I got like 70, 80 pounds for it. But used, these don't fetch nearly as much money, unfortunately. But I only paid £3 or 50 or £4 for this item. So this item is basically a double cassette deck where you can dub from tape to tape, or you can. The main point of it is it's got a USB socket on the back of it, so you can connect it via USB to a PC, and it allows you to archive all your old audio tapes into a digital file format on your computer, and then obviously the storage becomes better, etc. And you can name your tapes and things, well, name your audio that you've extracted from the audio tape and put onto your PC. So it worked really nicely. Say took some photos, close-ups of the back, serial number, audio sockets, just a top view there as well. Paid £3.50, and I actually took an offer, I think, of £45 plus the 6.50 shipping. So pretty pleased with that sale also. Okay, moving on. Now this is actually a jumble sale pickup. This is I picked this up from a jumble sale quite a while back. I think it was actually before Christmas. And this was a 20p item, and I took an offer on this as well. I took an offer of £9 plus £3.50 shipping, so that's £12.50 all in from 20p. It's fantastic. It's just a Wigan Warriors size 14, I think, ladies rugby jersey there. Now moving on. Now this is a lovely sale. I'm very proud of this one. I went to Boot Fair a couple of weeks ago, and this item I paid £5 for. It's a Philips CD recording deck. I did share this actually on my Instagram as well and on the Facebook page. So if you're a member of, or you've joined one of those, you'd have seen this. But I paid a fiver for it, and within about 8 days, I think it sold. Of being purchased for £120 plus £8.99, and it's going to the global shipping program. So it's basically a CD player recorder deck from Philips, and obviously it's got some good value from a fiver. Fantastic. Okay, I'm doing pretty well actually for time. I'm just trying to keep an eye on it. Um, Next item is a WWE Kids Wrestling belt. I've shown these many, many times in videos previously. They're always worth picking up. This is a World Heavyweight Championship belt, so I can just show you like the photos I took of it. Decent condition. They often don't come with Velcro on the back, and they're a bit creased from play, but that's pretty standard, so don't be put off if you see the back and they're a bit grubby. That's how they'll all be with kids playing them, and like I said, they won't often have Velcro, but that's not an issue either. This is from 2003. This is the Jack's Pacific version. Now, I had this up for £19.99, and as you can see, I had a 10% off markdown manager sale on it, so the buyer got it for £18, £17.99 plus £3.50 shipping. So, and I paid £3, I think, for this belt. I think I paid £3, may have been two, but I think it's three. So pretty good profit there as well. So I was pleased with that. So we're moving on to our final two sales. Both of them really happy with. This item is obviously a turntable. I actually picked this up last week, I think, or was it at the same time I picked up the CD recorder actually, and it sold again in around the same time frame, around 8 days of being listed. And this is a Technics SL-D2 automatic turntable made in Japan. It was very grubby. I cleaned it as best as I could, but I did take close-up shots to show how grubby it was. I didn't want to spend ages cleaning it. The Perspex lid, although it was present, it was broken at the hinges, which was a shame. So I mentioned that as well. But it played fine. It mechanically played really well. The cartridge on it, and the needle, the stylus, it was fine. It sounded fantastic through the hi-fi system. I really enjoyed testing it. The strobe light worked perfectly as well. And so I put it up at £115, and I accepted an offer for £95 plus shipping, and then it's going abroad via the GSP program. Now, the cool thing about this sale was I actually got this turntable from the same stall that the guy was selling a Hero Quest board game that he was asking £30 for. Yet he sold me this for £7, which is pretty amazing because you'd have thought if you knew the, I mean, obviously you can't assume things because he might have been told about the value of the board game, but he didn't appreciate the value of the turntable. But he did actually ask 10 for it, and I said, "Would you take 7?" And he did take 7, so I got £7 for. I paid £7 for this, and like I said, the same guy was selling the Hero Quest for 30 quid. Which I ended up missing out on, and in hindsight, I probably should have picked that up anyway. But still, I think this is obviously a nicer deal from 7 to 95. And on to the final item. I think I'm over my time now, but what can I do? This is a local charity shop pickup. I paid £3.50 for this, and it's an Echolink infrared wireless TV listening system. So this is to allow people that are a bit hard of hearing, is to allow them to connect this system to their TV, and then they have like a little unit on them which they can plug in headphones of their choice and listen to whatever audio the TV is putting out without disturbing anyone else that's watching TV. So it's kind of their own little system. It's a bit fiddly because it's infrared, so if something goes in the way of the infrared, it does break the signal, which is a bit strange nowadays because we're all used to Bluetooth music and Wi-Fi music. So music over infrared, or audio over infrared, obviously isn't great quality, and it does break up. But in terms of simplicity, ease of use, it's a device that's still popular. It didn't hang around for too long, maybe about a month, maybe if that. I paid £3.50 and I sold it for 60 plus £3.99 shipping. So just switching over to normal view, yeah. So just to share with you guys, these sales have all come in within the last few days. It's been really good. Touch wood, it's going to continue. Knowing my luck, I've now jinxed myself, but I was too excited to not share the sales with you guys. And I hope you enjoyed them. If you found any of them interesting, please feel free to leave comments in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, smash the like button, it's much appreciated. And that's actually my alarm for dinner that's on the oven, so good timing actually. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.